Hey YouTube, Chris for the Handiguard channel. On this Thursday, July, I believe it's the 17th, 16th or 17th. And I've moved to the other side of the river where there's a little bit richer deposit. Did pretty good yesterday on only one dive and found a nice little nugget. So I'm gonna prospect this side of the river. It used to be over there on that side, right in that general area. Not very productive, a lot of mercury, just fine gold amid all kinds of tailings. But over here on this side, I'm finding some pack and a few spots that haven't already been dredged. So I'm going to work up close to the bank and as far out as I can. And at the end of the day, I'll show you, probably just do the cleanup on the top section only of these dredges. This is a Keen Mini 6. And they have a 3-part sluice that is just this top section from here up. It catches most of your high-grade deposits on a black rib mat underneath this grid. The grid slows the water down a little bit, and most of your high grade will drop out right up near the top. And then the bottom sections, this has a flow-through under section that catches a lot of the fines, and then if there's any bigger nuggets, they should get trapped in these riffles before they blow out. So it's working pretty good, getting good gold recovery. Got to cross the river each day though, which is a real challenge. It's scooting along pretty good, and the water level is low enough right now to allow for that. But if it comes up later in the season, which it usually does, it's going to become much more difficult to wade across using my little flotation for some extra support. Not really a good river craft like a kayak would be to paddle across. So make the best of it. Try to get some gold while I'm over here, and I'll show you a cleanup at the end of the day. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in a little bit. We're at the end of the day, and it is a beauty. But a quick test pan of what was on the V-mat, which is up at the top, the head end of this upper section, where you get most of your gold. We're looking kind of thin, not as good as I had hoped. We're showing some color, so we'll see what the full cleanup turns out to be. A couple of pennyweight at least. Be nice if it made 3 to make up for those 2 long dives. So we will see what it turns out to be in the full cleanup here. And I'll show you a lay trap after I've run it, or maybe part of it while it's running. It sure is a nice day. Alan's pulled his dredge over to the side. Can't see him down there. So it's just you, me, and the rest of YouTube. Okay, I ran my concentrates, and the trap has a little bit of gold showing. And it's really, really fine stuff. And sorry about the shadow. I don't think I can do much about that. But it's showing a pretty good little line of gold there on the first riffle, and a little bit through the second and third one. Not much bigger stuff though. It's all really, really fine today. Pretty much right up there on that first riffle. Didn't see much else. So I'll be surprised if I can surpass 2 pennyweight. Be nice. I did put in 2 lengthy dives today. And now I gotta cross back over the river through all that glare, which makes it impossible to see my footing as I'm trying to walk back over, which is why it's really good to have a little flotation to lean on as I'm trying to make my way back across. The current is quite swift, but it's not so deep that I can't keep my feet on the bottom most of the way. So I'm going to stagger my way back across the river now. take my little bit of concentrate home and pan it out, and then I'll show you the weigh-in, what it actually turns out to be. Okay. And now, as promised, the final weigh-in of my incredible haul for today. Very disappointing. So this is like a reality check for all you miner wannabes, that you can work your butt off all day long and actually get nothing, or some very tiny amount that you'll be questioning yourself whether or not it's worth it. So here's my scale, and I'm going to do a little transfer of gold into this file, which already has some gold in it. So I just do a little cumulative math and weigh what I've got. 16.9. And then we'll add to it whatever I got today. It's fairly simple, but it's pretty effective. Just pour my gold in a small piece of paper. Working over a pan just in case I slip, and pour it in to the vial. You might not be able to see it, but there it all goes. We had 16.9 previously, and now we have a whopping 18.5. So we didn't even make 2 pennyweight. We're like 1.6 pennyweight there, if my math is correct. Very disappointing addition to the tally from today. So we're going to keep prospecting that side of the river. There's a bunch of crap in there too that I'll try to clean out. I'm also going to process this in nitric acid to clean it up. And if any of those little gray bits in there are actually gold masquerading, they'll get cleaned up and nice and yellow and shiny. So there you have it, my big haul for July 17th, 2014 amounted to 1.6 pennyweight. Reality check. I am going to share with you a little extra something here, that when I first moved over to the opposite side of the river and put in one dive, I got a good bit of little finds, and I was surprised to see a nugget show up. And it was this little gem that weighed 0.8 pennyweight. And it's got some quartz embedded in it, and it looked like that. Get a good close-up of it. I can do so without shadowing it. It looked pretty much like that when it was intact. I didn't realize how very fragile it was in the middle, because it's got a little hunk of quartz embedded in it. And the gold itself, very thin. So in handling it, it broke right in half. And I was just, oh no, surprised. But now I have 2 small nuggets. It used to be one that looked like that. Unfortunately, it had a very weak spot. So there you go, my nugget for the year. Hopefully there will be more and bigger.